At one point, there was strong consideration to selling the company, in part maybe, or in whole, to Billy. How far did that go?
I don't think it went very far. I don't think he was in the position to do it at the time. I mean, I'm sure I know he's worth money, but I just don't think he was willing to. I don't think he trusted Paul and that whole, New York connection, to be involved in something like that. Plus, I mean, let's face it, Smashing Pumpkins is even though alternative rock music is dead, they're still one of the, you listen to music from the 90s. I mean, there were top 10 staples of that era, Grammy award-winning band that still perform and put out records. Does he have time to run a full...
Is he really going to run a wrestling?
Does he really want to, right? Maybe in his heart he'd love to participate, but would he be willing to invest in, $10 million in it? I don't think so. I think a lack of baby faces. I think he'd done all he could as a heel, and I just think it was time to give him a chance, to grow up, because he was featured kind of as a boy, little squeaky kid getting his ass kicked, and I think it was just time to make him a man.
Are there some people you can't turn? Either because there's something about them that's so likable, or vice versa, someone who's so repugnant that it's tough to get them over.
I think he was just ready to become a very compelling, likable babyface for the ECW faithful. I really do. The blood, he bled for them, and always with his hands up and that blonde mop filled with blood, it was that image that won him over.
Did you think he was a better heel or face?
I liked him as a better heel, but I also liked him as a babyface. I wouldn't, I really can go either way. I don't have a huge favorite.
Was he more naturally suited toward one or the other?
No, because the heel stuff was just heel. I mean, it was just whatever. But I mean, he was a good babyface. I liked his babyface work. It reminded me of a Barry Windham, small Barry Windham, but a Barry Windham nonetheless.
Was bringing him in a favor to him, a way to encourage him to make an appearance?
We've done a couple of things with Sean. Sean and I are good friends, and when I had the tag titles in '99, I went down to Sean's school, the Texas Wrestling Alliance. Actually, when Daniel Bryan was down there, and Trevor, a couple other guys were down there. I forgot who their big stars were, but there were a couple of guys. I know Bryan was down there, Spanky was down there. And I did a couple of shows where I won the title for Sean, and then I brought Sandman in too as a favor. We all worked for free. We got to stay at Sean's house, so because he was trying to do it nickel and dime. And then we just, we did him favors, he did us favors, almost like a little territory exchange. And that was just part of it,
Did he ever indicate that he'd make an appearance on ECW TV?
It never got to that. Okay. Because then I think shortly after that, TWA folded up, and I'm not too sure what happened after that. I think he went back to Vince shortly.
Is the deal you described before that also counts for DVD royalties?
Yes.
So there was nothing extra, but increased exposure.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So not a bad deal.
Not
by
a bad
any
deal.
account.
I mean, look, I make in the grand scale of things, I wrestle twice a week and I make a lot of money. How many units are they really going to sell? That is going to make me, you know what I mean? I just didn't, it was the way the company, ECW was such a mom and pop. It's not like we had a corporate headquarters or office where we could itemize every sale, every, at the accounting departments and really fairly do it like WWE does it. I got a royalty check last week from WWE. Pretty good one too. But it itemizes every single DVD, every property that I'm on to the T, and how many cents I earned on each whatever. We weren't equipped for that. So it was just their way of, I'm sure Paul won in the deal, by giving us whatever he gave us, but still. I thought it was fair at the time. I only wrestled twice a week.
Right.
And I was making, $150,000 a year.
If we did itemize it, what merch do you think moved the best for you guys?
Just T-shirts, ECW T-shirts, the logo shirts.
Right.
That was it. I could remember it was a huge crowd.
Huge.
And I'm not sure of the match. I think it was a three-way, if I'm not mistaken.
It's, let's see, what do I have here? You are, yes, Carino and Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, it was a hell of a match. Just a fantastic match. Fantastic match.
Did you break a finger during that?
I don't know. I don't think
feel
so.
that you broke your finger, okay.
Might have hurt a finger. I've never broken a bone.
Okay.
But
cat fight with Francine and Dawn Marie. Was it a shoot?
that one, I've heard stories that they were getting, put it this way, every cat fight they were starting to get into was more and more, you know, they couldn't stand each other.
Right.
They could not stand each other. So.
And the heat stemmed from?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Just bullshit, high school bullshit.
Right.
I'm prettier than you. Yeah.
Were you having problems with Francine? Was she hogging the mic on your promos?
No, I had no problems with her.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it was an honor. It was an honor to do it with Jerry. It was an honor to just everything. And, you know, I was gracious enough to not to be a mark for it, but I was gracious enough to be in that spot for as long as I was. You know, I worked as hard as I could. I was very proud of what I did during that time period, and to do it right with a guy like Jerry Lynn in the caliber match we had, more than happy, more than happy.
Are you told you're going to get it back at some point, or?
I was, yeah. But at that point, you just don't, you don't believe it. I didn't care.
I was going to say, was it even important to you? Really?
No, because I was never that kid. I was Aldo Montoya a couple of years ago. I was a jobber. I wasn't supposed to be world champion of the third biggest promotion. It was the equivalent of being like, you know, back in the day there was NWA, WWE, and, you know, it was, yeah. And I was one of the top 3 world champions, you know, and from a Mark's perspective, I never thought that wasn't me. I wasn't supposed to go that far, so I was very proud of it. And, you know, whatever I got after that was gravy. I just wanted to work, you know, being a full-time wrestling company, being creative, and kind of doing what I do today.